Yeah, but can you see
Video is ready to be opened.
that? Can you see that?
No.
It says you are screen sharing.
No, you're showing a folder.
Oh. Oh God, I don't know. Oh dear, because this is a video. Let me
Just
go.
have to click on it.
So if you go,
Hold on. Let me.
Don't you need to run the video?
Yeah, I'm running the video.
Oh.
if you go to stop sharing,
Right, stop share.
reshare, but at the very top there's a box called screen.
I've got it. Have you got that now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Right, now, Mr. Wade has accused me of looking miserable.
Can I deny that? It was Paul Swan who told me.
By the way, you can take your mutes off because I don't care. Just have a bit of. This is a bit of fun. This is. I thought this might go in the big lid rail video, but we decided to do it this way. Now I can talk you through it. It was during that really hot spell when there was, it was just ridiculously hot. You can see I've got the curtains drawn to keep the sun out, so it's reasonably lit. So let me go back to the start. There we go. And away we go, and I'll talk you through this. So I set the camera running, and you've got to bear in mind that this is at the end of the second 12-hour day, and it's been really hot. So I wasn't feeling particularly happy, shall we say, because things, it's the first time you've put a layout together, and
stop giving your excuses and just get on with the brain set.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, here it is. This is the 6G78. The Best Scot trip comes in with VGAs full of Guinness from Port Royal, except they're not VGAs. They're being refurbished at the moment, and I've got a rake of VBA substitute. Now, just there, you can see I've got an Alex Jackson coupler. So I've uncoupled the loco from the wagon, and it's all worked off the handset to operate the electromagnet. Run forward. Here, the tortoise point motors. So there'll be a bridge at the end of the layout, and I'm running now onto the cassette, and I'm thinking, yeah, come on. I noticed I got a pisser, a DCC. I grabbed both sides of the aluminium on the cassette.
Is that right? Check to the left. There's a gallery. Just find us.
Swap. I did work out it was going to be round, but I thought by having the back seat there, I could make it 4 foot shorter to please Mr. Tailby. But no pleasing Mr. Tailby. So anyway, we couple up. And then push forward, towards the sidings. Unfortunately, because it's Alex Jackson couplings, it has coupled up, but when it goes over the uncoupler round about there, and I've gone, phew, right, I know that it's uncoupled. I mean, the thing was that I wanted a wagon worrying layout after the other layout, and I wanted to relax. and to enjoy oneself instead of being on call all the time.
I can see the expression of relaxation and enjoyment on your face there, Phil.
No, I say this two 12-hour days, Guy. And this is about 6 o'clock in the evening, and I was having real troubles with this rake of grain flow wagons. So you can see forward, back, and then the single line on the left-hand side, that's an imaginary branch to a grain discharge, and there's still a little bit of grain coming in to the facilities at Burton, shall we say. So then, but these grain flow wagons were an absolute pain. The old layout, it must have been fettled around those wagons, but this time I wanted, I had to make the wagons, sort of fit for this layout, and it took most of the afternoon. Everything else just seemed to work reasonably well. So couple up, change direction. In real life, obviously that'd take a little bit longer, but the public don't like real life. They want everything to happen now.
So are these empty now?
They're empty, yeah. They'll be going back to Dereham and to North Elmham, even back to Tim's. I worked out on this sequence that I operated every electromagnet and every point, and I tested every little bit of track. So reverse that up, drop the grain wagons off, and as I say, at this point I was, got this far, thank you, because they've been misbehaving badly. But these are due for these will be next into the workshop for refurbishment. And is Colin still here? Yeah,
yeah. I'll get rid of me.
No, not that. I don't want to. Colin said, I'll see if I can do you a sprung suspension for the grain flow wagons. Bless him. So this is what they wanted for.
Is there no?
What did I take off?
Sorry, God, Paul.
Is there no Freightliner traffic on here?
Sorry, is there no
Freightliner traffic?
No, Colin has to go.
Ask him.
Colin has to go to see his new friends.
Oh, I forgot about those. Thanks.
Yes.
Paul, the projects presently are not Freightliner.
Okay, I was just checking for you, Colin.
Yeah. The present project is TTVs.
Oh, very
with
nice.
conical ends.
Yeah.
Insulated tanks.
Anyway, so now run round. I think I got a bit of an electric shock there, but I didn't jump too much. Couple up. And I'm going, now just you behave for this last little stretch. And backing up, and I'm thinking, oh, bloody hell, I've not got this far before. I hope it's going to couple up. And then I'm thinking, oh my God. And then you'll see a little bit of a panic, and I go, bang, make sure you couple up. But I hadn't got that far before, and it did. And then it departs back to Bescott. And that, I mean, you know, sort of that's what? It's about a 9-minute sequence. Keep the punters happy. You know, sort of, but I'm just pleased that it worked. And then you'll see me storm around because I'm thinking there's no cries of jubilation that I've done the sequence, because I know it's about 6:15 now in the evening. I'm bloody hungry, and I know that I've got to drop all this down, put it away, hoover up, and then make me tea. So thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
There we go.
Excellent.
What's the next step for the layout, Phil?
Yeah, that's it. Basketball.
The next step will be I want to make M boards with handles, and then to be the lighting rig.
Right, blowing water.
And then, you know, then I have to start thinking about scenery. But it's definitely the lighting rig will need to be done. But I shall have to talk to Mr. Horn quite, you know. Yeah.
Phil,
Yeah. Who's that?
You zapped yourself with cutting the two sides of the aluminium.
You're a bit.
Quiet, am I?
Get the final thing.
Can you hear me now?
To be like, we can tell
Sorry, is it Carl? Who?
we said everything.
Yeah.
Early on in the video, you zapped yourself with cutting the two sides of the aluminium.
Yeah.
What Andy Dell done was just put
Insulating
tape.
I can't do everything all at once. I will put insulating tape on, but it's just you know, I can't. You know, I told you, because I thought
It takes as long as zapping yourself every time.
Yes, but Clive, what you don't realise is that was the first ever test of it. You know, and you can polish a bird for however long, you know, but it's got to...
I enjoyed watching it. I'm just concerned about you zapping yourself.
No, by the time it gets to an exhibition, don't worry, I'll sort that out.
Brought a pair of rubber gloves.
Yeah, well, he's got plenty of those, bloody with resin, I'll tell you.
You've got it, Phil, to stop you taking a siesta, really, haven't you?
Yeah. So I don't know if Pete said that we can whenever the next Risley is, that'll be there. So, you know, as a work in progress. But I think I want to do the grain flows will be I think Guy asked, but the grain flows will be the next project. Yes, that's it.
Are they the hoppers, Phil, or the two axle ones?
Sorry, might be.
Are they the hoppers, the bogey ones, or the two axle ones?
No, the ones on the layout need refurbishing because they're about 15 years and they've had a bit of use. So it'll be. See what Guy's got just there. It's them. The ones on the layout. But say they need refurbishing, so you know that's next on the list when I've done the VGAs. I mean, at the moment the VGAs are being done, and what I want to do is to put flashing lights at either end to have them operated from DCC, so that only the one that's going out that'll have the flashing light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Smith here.
Hi, Dave.
How are you operating your points, and what DCC system are you using, please?
Right. I've got some photos. Let's have a look. Sorry, I should have done this.
Share screen.
I'm using the Merg decoders and the operating them. Operating tortoise point motors. Right, let's have a look. Right, let's get rid of that screen. Oh, where's my zoom? Share screen. Can you see that, Dave?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a bit. I haven't tidied it up here, but I've got there's the Merg accessory decoder, and there's 4 outputs on that. But although there's 4 point motors, 2 are wired up in tandem, so they both operate at the same time. You know, as a crossover. And then there's the buzz bar, and then I use these connecting strips that are dead dirt cheap from RS Components, like you know, as a tag strip, shall we say?
Yeah. Cheers.
Is that? I mean, I can. Oh, go away. Right, I can zoom. Oh, there we go. Can you see? Yeah.
Yep.
And they're on the tortoise point motors are on exacta scale point bases.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm using Digitrax. It's way over the top for this, but it's what was left over from the old layout. Also Jim's got it on Brettle Road, so you know we've got backups. I take a control station along when I go out helping on Brettle Road, where I should, to be honest, you know, I should have been at Newcastle this weekend, helping on Brettle Road, to be honest. And then also if Tring or Birmingham New Street ever get done, I'll leave them to them in my will because I don't think I'll be alive when, by the time they get done.
Well said.
Yeah. So
you've got a few years left in you yet.
Oh well, yeah. I hope so. Thank you, Dave. There's another one that's might be interested if you're electrically minded. Is this? Let's have a look.
By the way, Phil, your old layout was called Calcutta Sidings. You keep forgetting its name.
I don't, because I mean, it'd be easy. It'd be easy, you know, just to. I mean, you know what? I better watch what I'm saying here, but I mean, it's gone. It's in the past.
Oh yeah,
There's only one way forward. I don't rest on my laurels, so to speak. You've just got to keep moving forward, or I could just, you know, I could just go, oh, I built Calcutta Sidings, aren't I? Great, take me. You know what I mean?
Well, don't forget you built it twice, Phil.
Well, I built it. Yeah, I cocked it up the first time.
So good he built it twice.
Yeah. And then this is again, that's a Merc decoder, accessory decoder, but you can see that there's empty bits there, and that's where on the one as standard, there's 12-volt driver there, and that's what operates the points. But here, taking that driver out, I think it's a 10k resistor in there, so that, and then you've got it on a timer. So when you press, when you select an address, what happens is there's a timer of 2.5 seconds, and then there's the output, and then that goes to the, what is it called? Not a base. Collector. A gate on these thyristors. Now, a thyristor is just an on-off switch. So there's your 5 volts there, which operates the gate of the thyristor, and then that lets the 12 volts through to the electromagnet for 2.5 seconds, and it works.
That's interesting. Whose magnets whose coils are they?
They're DG coil, DG uncouplers, and you get those from Wizard Models, Model Signal Engineering. And Andy Hartshorn at he's on Humberside somewhere.
Right. Yeah.
You know who I mean? Yeah.
Right.
So
he's on Burton on Humber, isn't he?
That's it. Yeah.
Burton
on Humber, isn't it? Anyway, so
that's great. Thanks.
Yeah. I don't, and then, oops. Oh, did I stop share? I can show you other. Oops.
I'm still very confused, Phil. Someone told me DCC was only 2 wires.
Yeah, well, it's they're taking the piss. Well, it is. I mean, it's what you make it. If you've only got a circular track going round, it is 2 wires. So
it's DCC. So it's DC, isn't it? If you've only got a circular track.
Yeah. So you don't need it, do you, Clive?
You've only got a circular track, Clive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
have you got
a big one?
Right. Oh, where's that then? Screen one face. Oh, I don't know where that. Well, I've got it. Oh,
I think Bertie's drinking neat vodka just then.
Just a small glass.
Yeah, just a small one.
Sorry, for some reason it's not showing this.
Is it the share option? Is it the share thing not working?
Well, that's not right. Let's have another go.
It often takes a couple of goes.
Perhaps I've got to come out. I've got to come out and go back in. Right, there's that's what goes underneath the layout, so to speak. There's the Digitrax. It's 8 amps. Yeah, I'm not going to need that. Thank you very much. Did on the old layout, but not on this. I did have one of these break on me, and I sent it off to Digitrax in the States, and they're quite reasonable with the repair prices. I've got you can't see, but behind there's a wireless control, and so that, I mean, you just got used to not being tethered to the layout with the old one. So even with the small layout, it's not, and I can go around the front and chat to people if I want and operate from the front with wireless. So I'm quite happy with that. Now I've worked out better how to, and then inside the box, right, is there we go. You can see there's the wireless just there, and then there's a power district, so that if I do short on the points, it doesn't stop the DCC signal going to the accessories.
Bill, it's Neil.
Hi, Neil.
No, mate. Do you? Obviously, you've not taken this to an exhibition at all yet, but have you used this wireless setup before?
Yeah, we used it on Calcutta.
Okay, the reason why I ask is because at Worley last year, I was talking to Paul, I forgot his surname, off the RHB German layout, and they were using wireless at Worley, and they found they had awful problems because of everybody else using wireless at Worley as well. A lot of interference.
Yeah.
Were they on is it 2.4?
Well, 2.4 gig. I have no idea. I don't know what system they were using. I can't remember. But I think they were using a LocoNet type system. But they had to go back to using plugins, handheld walkabouts because it was just interfering.
Yeah. We've not been to exhibitions where there's been that many wireless layouts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, something like Worley, there's going to be a myriad of them, isn't there?
Are they not locked to the command station somehow with a,
No, it's wireless.
No, because some bastard.
The radio frequency.
Yeah, some bastard hacked in at the show, and I can't remember which one it is now. It was moving the stock backwards and forwards in the fiddle yard. People do it for fun. Thank you very much. I was looking around, I was trying to see who it was, but I couldn't see him. So, but you can put a password in. I don't know if that'd make any difference.
Yeah, you'd have to put that into your router. If you're going to use a wireless router, then.
Well, no,
it doesn't.
It's like
not
the
Wi-Fi. It's not 802.11, Neil. It's Digitrack's proprietary protocol, radio throttles.
Yeah, can you see this?
Right. Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, can you see that? It's Digitrack's duplex equipped.
Right. Okay. All right. So I understand now. So it's not Wi-Fi as in.
No.
Okay. No. It's a wireless, almost Bluetooth type thing.
Yeah, lots of different wireless technologies.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know that, isn't that aren't you a radio engineer?
I am. Yes. Which is hence why I asked the question.
Yeah.
He's ex-Royal Air Force, which would make it 1950s technology he's familiar with.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right, let's perhaps. And then, well, I don't know. I mean, where are we? So that's electrics.
What about the scenery, Phil? Buildings, ground surfaces.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll show you.
Let's give us an idea of.
Try.
By the way, Colin, you're an official trader for this show. So if you want to sell anything, you're unrestricted, mate.
Oh, I've given up trading.
Oh, sorry. Sorry to hear that, mate.
No, no. I'm actually trying to do some real modelling instead.
Oh, right. Oh, for your new friends.
So, that's, I did this 3D sketch just to, see what it would look like. I mean, you might notice that that building and that building.
Which ones?
They're off the old layout.
Which ones, Phil? Sorry, I don't think that one.
That one and that one.
Yeah.
Then there's the beer barrels.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. I can't do without the beer barrels.
Excellent.
And then that building, the tanks. The only thing that's left are the fermenting vessels just there. But the rest of it didn't travel very well off the old layout, so I'll have to do those again. But then there'll be a bridge over the end. And then if you see just there, if anybody knows Burton that well, next to is it the Travel Lodge next to the station?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the Weybridge.
Oh yeah, there's a little micro pub in there.
Yeah. So but I was going to do, that was going to be such fun to go and research that, but it got locked down.
Oh yeah.
So I went out surreptitiously 6 o'clock one Sunday morning to take some photos of it. Then a bit. See what would have happened, would be that this would have continued through to another part of the brewery, but you've got to think that the line got truncated, and then I think I'll just put industrial units across, as if they've built, new industrial buildings across, just to look at, if you put old buildings, you'd think, well, the line there'd be a gap for the line to go through. But with new buildings, it's as if it's been truncated just there. And then say that goes round to the grain discharge point, and that that goes round to wet sidings. Is the fiction.
Oh yeah.
To hang off it.
So on the right hand, Phil, where you put in the industrial units where it's truncated.
Yeah.
And you park the vans. Is it going to be hard standing there for emptying the vans?
What? Just there.
Yeah.
What I was thinking was just doing a very, very low relief industrial unit, and then some palisade fencing, because I wanted to have a big gap there, as if lorries could, get in there and get out. Because, how many models have you seen and thought, well, they couldn't get, those lorries couldn't get into there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know Dave Talby says, "Oh, that's not a small layout, Phil," but if I was thinking about this, and he's not here to listen to it, so
good.
Yeah. What do you mean? Who said that?
No, that's me. Sorry.
No,
I should listen to it or be listened to.
I should get your turret seen to, Paul.
Yes.
Sorry. But if you've only got, like 10-foot wheelbase wagons, you can you can get by with a smaller layout, but because I'm using VGAs, IGAs, and the like, you can't just cram it in. You've got to have a little bit of space. So and then which I'll boom, boom, boom. And then I'll go on to the where are we? Trap. Sorry, folks. I'm looking for a. Oh, it's here. You got that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I was really worried about what points to use because I'm using, 70-foot wagons and shunting with them. So I didn't know what point work to build. So I looked into it, and then I discovered that an A7 point is a natural radius, and what that means is, you see, you've heard the term switch and crossing. Well, that is the switch that's there, and that is the crossing. So if A, B, and C, they're different angles of the switch, and then there's a radius on the end of that. As soon as it comes off the point, off the stop rail, there's a radius, and then that joins up to another radius. But what it means when it's a natural radius is that radius and that radius are the same. And, effectively, I think that is a 6-foot radius, which is an A7. And then this one here is that's an A7 going up there to keep you. And then no, sorry, I do beg your pardon. That is an A7 going that way. And then this is a B8. And that is something like, nearly 8-foot radius, say. So I was worried about getting buffer locking. When you've got, shunting with a class 37, and you're pushing an RGA, you don't want buffer locking. So, I'm reasonably happy that it's sorted, and that'll do the job. Well, especially when you've seen it, it works. So, and I like to build. Some people like to build the trap work on the layout. I prefer to, and some people like to build it off the layout. And as you can see, I'm one of those who builds it off the layout. But it's whatever suits you. There's no, there's no right way. There's no wrong way. It's whatever suits anybody. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what else. Is anybody want to hear anything else?
What stock have you got planned? Are you going to do anything new, Phil?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when Revolution stroke, who are they?
Colonel.
Get their eyes. That's a prime.
Hold on, man.
Yeah.
Double cargo wagon.
Oh,
Two VGA stuck together.
Yeah, two cargo wagons.
They're the twins.
Yeah.
Bloody expensive.
Well, whatever. No, it's not the old layout where I'd need loads of them.
No, but still.
Yeah. I'd love to get some decent drawings and decent photos for that.
Sorry, guys, need to step out here. Sorry, Phil. See you later.
Yeah, in the Murphy tank wagon. Because
the bogey one?
Yeah, the bogey one that, although, I'll just whisper it quietly, the one that Steve's running isn't channel tunnel passed.
Yeah, no, I assumed as much.
Yeah.
But Ernie's obviously a good contact for drawings of those.
Oh, no, Ernie. Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
The wagons, I feel I've seen drawings of them on a French wagon.
Really?
I'm thinking of drawing one of them in CAD.
The French group have a bit of a habit of exploding and throws out hands. I did have a look last night, but Irmafer apparently is a that breaks the LR Press website, so I don't know quite how to search for it.
Yeah, yeah. But if anybody comes across drawings for those, I'd just love.
Yes, please. I'd like them as well.
Yeah.
Which wagon is this we're talking?
Sorry, is that
just like to change?
What you want to know? It's
Yeah, go on. I'll patch my holes.
let's
I'll see any holes. A little bit.
let's have a look.
I'll see any.
It's Irmafer wine tanks, isn't it? I think there's lots.
Mute.
I don't think there's several. I think there's not one.
Oh, there's not just one. I agree with you, John. But where are we? There we go. There we go. Got that? Yeah. There's a Paul Bartlett one. See, that's a channel tunnel.
Oh, right.
Yeah. See, the one that Steve's got is the continental loading gauge.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, but
In Engage, that's all we've got though. So unless someone draws one in CAD,
yeah.
Steve's making do with what we can get, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I use the Roco HO ones in my international train.
Sorry, Mike.
I use the Roco HO scale ones in my international train on Eames side. They look quite good.
Yeah.
But they're not right, I know.
Yeah, yeah. I want to do this right. This layout.
Yeah.
So, I'm quite happy to do without, shall we say, until I can get it right.
Bill?
Yeah.
Just slightly change the subject. You were doing stuff about track work.
Yeah.
And then it shifted on to drawings. If anyone wants drawings of reasonably modern track work, Jeff McGee sent me a whole load of rail track stuff.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants drawings, just contact me and I'll see what I've got.
Yeah. Well, that's more Colin's department than mine. Thank you for the offer.
No, it's part of the Demu drawing exchange service, isn't it? That's why I've got them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, there's always the Taunton cider wagon. Yeah. I'd love to have a go at that and to find time to have a go at that.
That's not the same as the cargo wagon, or are we thinking of something?
No, it is the same as the cargo wagon, that bogey one. But it was taken out of Taunton. cider service in March 1989.
Right.
And then it was there was 2 of them. They got painted light blue.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's my layout. In this instance, but it'd be a talking point, that one. What else is you could have a go at. I believe that the
green flow
the twins are the cargo wagon twins. Now aren't interested in doing those in Perrier livery. I mean, that'd be fun to have a go at. I mean, there's any amount of cargo wagons or ferry wagons that you could use, could justify on the layout.
You even get the wooden ones.
Yeah, I mean, even do wooden ones.
Bit of variety.
Yeah, but always a believer that get the layout done first, and then add to that. I mean, if we just, I'll show you. Oh, where am I? One of the things that I'd like to do, and I think Tim might help me a little bit, is the bridge at the end, and something I've never seen modelled. Right. I'd love to. Can you remember? Well, Tim said, don't do the bridge at 90 degrees. So.
I agree. The better diagonally.
Yeah, but how do you do this then? Have you seen, can you see that? See the brick is sticking out.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'll attempt to do it.
Draw it in 3D and print it.
Not a bad idea.
Well, that could be a way, or just it's only 1 mil. Just get some 1 mil card, and Tim laser cut it, maybe. But I'll have a word with Tim about it.
It was Sean's layout, Phil.
Yeah.
The bridge.
Oh, I know the bridge.
That's a mixture of wood and I think 3D printing.
Yeah.
That will be when it's done.
Yeah, because you see? Let's have a look.
Oh, yes, that's nice though.
You can see that these are the original arches. Can you see? And they're flush.
Yeah.
To the angle, so to speak. But you see that I want to do that. So get the.
If you look at the bricks under the arch, they're all diagonal as well. They all look like they're on 45-degree angles.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something I want to do.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. So this is. I know I've got another 4 or 5 layouts planned in my head, but I reckon this is going to take me a long time, to do and to do it right.
It's fair enough.
Have you got a book called Bridges for Modellers?
Yes, but it's not really that much help.
Well, I find it is. It's got a lot of general information in it. And you start like looking at bridges.
Yeah, but it hasn't got how to do that in, has it?
No, it hasn't. No.
Precisely. So it's fun. I like solving problems. It's better than doing Sudoku, I reckon.
Yeah.
Try to work things out and try to do it.
Yeah, one thing I would be interested is when you were shunting them vans around, I noticed that a couple of them had chipped paintworks on the roof. When we were looking through some pictures of Paul's at BG's at were in the Tunbridge West Yard, there was one there that looked very similar. So it'd be interesting to know the technique you used on how to do that.
I used at the time. I put Copydex, Copydex, the rubber adhesive. I put Copydex. I did an undercoat, like grey, and then I put Copydex on it, and I sprayed over, the Copydex, and then when it was dry, I took the Copydex off because it's flexible, and it came away and left the grey under, the lighter grey underneath. But I believe the fashion was then that you used a salt. Was it salt solution?
I've given it a bash with some salt, but didn't get a particularly great effect. It sort of blurred around the edges rather than giving defined lines.
Well, I used Copydex then.
Yeah, give that a try.
Excellent, thank you.
No props. No props.